guys, I just wanted to jump in real quick because I didn't really do an intro to the video, so I thought I'd just chuck one in and just do like a bit of an explanation because I did not do it at all. I was tired and my mum was eavesdropping. She kept coming in and I was just trying to make as little noise as possible. So you'll notice I look different from this section to the rest of the video. Pretty much I just watch a lot of tattoo tours. I find it really, like, I get curious about why people have tattoos, or like just pretty much their tattoos. They don't even need a story. I just find it really freaking interesting, and I like looking at all the different styles and like outcomes of people's sleeves and stuff. So I just thought I'd do my own. I know I say somewhere in this video that I'm going to do all of them, all my tattoos, but I've actually broken it up into 3 videos. I just think it gets a bit boring if it's longer than like 15 minutes. So I've just broken them up. So this is my first one. Enjoy. It is cold at the moment, so I'm actually just gonna like insert videos. So I guess I'm gonna start in the order that I got them, and I'm going to give the artist name and where I got them, and maybe like a little bit of a backstory since I don't have that many, and we'll just see how it goes. Alrighty. So the first tattoo I ever got, I got on my left wrist. Got it written down because I can't remember the years, but I know it was the year of my 21st, so it was at 2016. So in 2016, so it was May, I got my very first tattoo because I believed I was 21 and I was gonna say no to nothing. So I decided on a quote, and the quote was, "This world can be ugly, but isn't it beautiful?" Because I have a tendency to try and see life in a more positive manner, the cup half full sort of thing. And I got that on the top of my wrist here, but I actually got it covered up. When I got this tattoo, I did not do any research, and so I decided to go to a tattoo shop that was behind my salon, and it was called, I think at the time, Tawantin Tattoos. Anyway, it was in the back of an adult shop, and I had no idea like tattoo research or anything like that. So I went in, and the artist's name was Alex, and she's actually not a tattooist anymore. So I get there on the day and she goes, "So this is what you wanted?" And I said yes. She's like, "Okay, my laptop's not working and my printer's not working, so I'm gonna have to trace it off my phone." And I was sort of like, oh, okay, like, well, if she can write, cool, then I don't see why that would be an issue. So she did, and I was terrified, so I got it as small as possible. I remember just being terrified, like I was shaking, I felt sick, I'm scared of needles, and so I was like, oh my god. Anyway, so I had numbing cream on as well because I was like that scared. I got it done and it was fine, but this girl was like going on about, like, she was so nice, okay, don't get me wrong, but she was going on about how she was the best tattooist in the area and that she was fixing tattoos. And I looked back once I got a few good ones and went, I don't really think that she's that great, and she's not even a tattoo artist now, so I don't know, like, is that saying something, isn't it? Like, so the second tattoo I got was in the month of July 2016, and I got a little tattoo again. So I got crossed arrows. So went on a girls' weekend holiday, wanted to celebrate the tattoos. So I was like, spontaneous tattoos, like we had talked about it, but no one actually settled on matching. So I was like, let's just do this. In the end, only 2 of us ended up getting tattooed out of the 4 of us, which is fine. And I mean, like, I had all of these representations for this arrows because I felt like I needed reason to get tattoos, but now it's literally I just honestly, I just like arrows. Yeah, so I had all these meanings. I was like, oh, friendship, and you know, arrows go back before they go forward, so it's just life. Really, no, I just liked arrows, and that's what I got. So I got this done in Melbourne at a place called Blue Ladybird, and we literally just called up and we're like, can you do something today? And they were like, yeah, we can. They said just walk in, and we did. And she didn't want to do it, like, could tell. She was like pretty bored, and we were pretty indecisive, and I get that would be annoying, but I feel like a professional would give suggestions. So my third tattoo I ever got was my cutthroat razor that I got on the inside of my right wrist. So I actually got this to represent a competition that I went in. It's called World Skills. I did it in the same year, so 2016. I went into like the finals, and I did pretty well in the competition. I think I was like 6 out of 18, which I was surprised because I thought I was coming last. And so me and 3 other girls, so we ended up getting tattoos to celebrate this, and so they both got 2 pairs, like 1 pair of scissors each. And I believe one said Meraki and the other one said Believe. And I was like, I don't want like a little pair of scissors. I really want like a cutthroat razor. I think they're really, really cool. Yeah, so we managed to book in last minute, and he happened to want to work a Sunday because he was going on holiday. He is really well known for his fine line tattoos. He was lovely. And so I got that in October 2016. So my 4th tattoo I got is on my thigh, and it is actually a pocket watch. This one doesn't really have a story. I've always found pocket watches so fascinating. It's got the ones with the skeletal frames. I just think they're really, really cool. I mean, the fact that you can just wind it up and it continues ticking until obviously the spring has ran out. And I just think it's cool. I was super nervous about this one because it's my first like proper tattoo. And I decided to go with a tattoo artist, Steve, that my partner had been going to, and he does absolutely stunning work. Booked in, and I went and got it done, and he's so nice, and he did it so quick, like, because it was one of like the first big tattoo, I thought it was like pretty like painful. It's not. The time on the watch is actually my twin sister's birth time, and then the second's hand is on my birth time, and that's pretty much the only significance, is that I like pocket watches, and the time has my twin sister's birth time. Yeah, so I ended up getting that tattoo done in May 2017. So then in November 2017 I got my other thigh done. I'll tell you what it is first. So it is a labyrinth tattoo, and I actually saw it on a flash sheet, and I was like, hell yeah, I love labyrinth, and I screenshotted the flash sheet off Instagram, and I had it in my background for ages because I was like, yes, this is so cool. And like, I think I only thought about it for like a day or 2, and I was like, nah, I'm booking in. And so I messaged her and I was like, can I still get this tattoo done? And she was like, yeah, book in for this date. And so I did, and I didn't do any research again because you live and you learn. But that was it. It was pretty much like, I just knew I wanted to get this done because I watched Labyrinth so much as a kid. I had to drive to Brisbane for it, west end of Brisbane, which is 2 hours away from where I live. And I dragged a friend in with me, and I can tell you what, it rained that day, and I didn't know if I'd be able to park like at the studio, so I parked literally like a 10-minute walk away, and I forgot I had an umbrella, and so we walked in the rain, and I was soaking, I was freezing, I was so cold. They also didn't have any towels, so we had to like kind of just use absorbent paper to blot our clothes, and so I was wet for the whole tattoo. So I was going to get it on the side of my thigh originally, because I thought it was going to be like this big, and it ended up being like this big, and she was like, we can't do it on the side of your thigh, it's going to be on the front or back. We get it on, and I've got to sit in this really awkward, like, yeah, I think I had to lean this way to start off with, and then I had to sort of like wrap my leg like this, and I remember just getting really severe pins and needles. So I didn't talk much to Pandora, which was the artist's name, mainly just because A, I was in pain, and B, like, no offense to her, not meaning to sound like a dick or anything, but her breath was horrible. It smelled like, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is. I'm pretty sure it's morning breath, coffee breath, and cigarette breath all in one. And I just like, because she'd look up and talk to me, and I just couldn't do it. She was so nice though, like super nice. Anyway, so I'm like fine for most of it, and then I get to the last inner circle bit. And I'm thinking, this is hurting so much. I haven't had any food. We barely had a break. I think she had 2 cigarette breaks. And I was like, can I even do this anymore? Sorry. I was texting my boyfriend, and I was like, fuck, this hurts so much. Like, I just want to pull out. It hurts so bad. And he's like, don't. He's like, you're going to have to go back and pay more money if you don't do this. Do it now, like just sit. He's like, what is it, another hour? So I sat it, and I remember being in so much pain. My friend left before the last section because she's like, I'm so sorry, I've got to go. And I remember I had to drive the 2 hours home, and I couldn't even find my car. And then I couldn't find my car keys in my bag, and I'm here thinking, fuck, I'm gonna have to stay here the night. I was freaking out. In the end, I just sat on the pavement and like went through, like emptied my whole bag out and found my keys and headed home. And I was fine with the first day of my tattoo, like the night. And then for 2 weeks, my leg was severely swollen, like more swollen than, trying to think, what tattoos have I? Yeah, it was the most swollen tattoo I've had. And I hated my tattoo during that period because I just thought it was the most hideous thing. I was like questioning why I decided to do it. And so I remember being like, what was I thinking? This is horrible. This is such an ugly tattoo. Once it did heal, I'm satisfied. Like, you know, she goes nice. I think it took about a year for me not to like it. Not that I like that it's a labyrinth tattoo, but the art style isn't what I would get now. And there's like 3 main things in the tattoo that I don't really like. One of them is the lines of the tattoo are not even, like a lot of them are blown out, or they sort of go a bit crooked and then go straight. And I can't promise that I was sitting still, like my clothes were where I was uncomfortable. Like, I can't promise that. So I understand that it could possibly, I could be a factor in this. 2, never noticed before, but I made a joke about it and now I can't unsee it. But the owl has forks for feet, and I can't unsee that. And 3, David Bowie, or the Goblin King, Jareth, has a crooked nose. I like it apart from that. Like, honestly, I don't look at it and go, oh my god, I hate this tattoo. like, I actually find it fascinating just to break up the tattoo, if that makes sense. I break up the lines, the shading, the like trying to find the individual needle line work in it. Like, I do find that quite fascinating. I guess stay tuned and we'll see if I upload any more. Yeah, I guess see you later. Over and out.